Welcome to Shom Achshav on the Daf Shir sponsor Lui Nishmas Am B'Yaakov Shalom Le'Abbas Yitzchok. We're holding Bava Basra Daf Kuf Yud Ches. Now this following shir is really not so much a Machshava shir, it's more a shir in the Pshat of the Gemara. But the reason this is included in the Shur Machshava shiurim is because this very rare place that we find in this sugya that the Maharsha relates and speaks about the Maharal. I asked my father, Shlita, if he knows any place in Shas that the Maharsha relates to the Maharal. He says he's not aware of. The Maharsha has one place where he speaks about the Maharal. The Maharsha lived around the same time of the Maharal. He was born 40, 50 years after the Maharal and was nifter about 30 years after the Maharal. So they lived around the same Tkufa. Now the big chiddush is that the Maharsha and the Maharal, they both address similar things. They put a focus on the agatas of Shas, something which many before them did not do. The Maharsha has his chidushi agodas on Shas, and the Maharal has his svarim which relate to many of the Divrei Chazal, and also we have the chidushi agodas of the Maharal that were printed after the P'tira of the Maharal many years later. But the Maharsha and the Maharal many times in many sugyas speak about the same minyanim. And many times in the Shur Machshava shiurim we bring a pshat of the Maharsha to answer a kushya and a pshat of the Maharal to answer a kushya. So that's why this discovery, this place where we find the Maharsha is speaking about the Maharal, which is probably the only place in Shas that he does that, is something which is very fundamental, very special, and therefore we're going to be ayin in what's going on in this sugya. What are the Maharsha and Maharal discussing? So the Maharal and the Gurarye, the Midbar per Chavav Pasuk Nunei, he has two kushyas on the sugya. Seemingly they're unrelated, but when you see the answer of the Maharal, the big yesod of the Maharal in the sugya, you see that this really explains his first question as well. So the Maharal brings the question on this daf that the Gemara asks, what was the taina of Bnei Yosef? If we hold that leboy haaretz is chalak haaretz, meaning anybody who comes there to Yisrael got the chelek, so Bnei Yosef are complaining and saying we're too many people. So what if you're too many people? But everybody got a chelik. Asks the Maharal, the way the Gemara explained in the previous daf, the way we learned in the Rashbam, how does the chalukas haaretz work? Even if you hold liboy haaretz is chalko, even if you hold it was divided to the people that went to Eretz Yisrael, but then it has to go back to Yetzi Mitzrayim. So you take a chelik in Eretz Yisrael, bring it back to Yetzi Mitzrayim, and then it is redivided and given back to boy haaretz. Says the Maharal, so anybody who came to Eretz Yisrael above the age of 20, I mean, our Gemara is going to speak about Tfalim, the kids that are less than 20. Says the Maharal, forget about less than 20, even above 20. Anybody who does not have a father Miyotze Mitzrayim, he was a Yasam, he was an orphan. So even though he's above the age of 20, most Klal is so above the age of 20. If he's an orphan, he won't get a chelik in Eretz Yisrael. He has nobody to give it back to. The way it works is that you get a chelik as boy haaretz, and then you have to give it back to Yetzi Mitzrayim. If you don't have a Yetzi Mitzrayim in the family, so you don't get it at all. So says the Maharal, that was a very big group of people above the age of 20 that did not have parents from Yetzi Mitzrayim. So what is the Gemara asking? What was the taina of Bnei Yosef? Here, this is the taina. They had many 20-year-olds that didn't have fathers from Yetzi Mitzrayim. So the Maharsha over here in Chidushei Halachos, and the first piece answers this question. He says, no, this assumption of the Maharal, that only people that have relatives, meaning fathers from Yetzi Mitzrayim, they inherit in Eretz Yisrael, that's not true. Anybody above 20 inherited in Eretz Yisrael if you hold the boy haaretz is chalak haaretz. But if he had a father from Yetzi Mitzrayim, it goes back to his father. If he did not have a father from Yetzi Mitzrayim, it does not go back to his father. But they still get a chelek in Eretz Yisrael b'schus atzma. The Maharal in the next ois brings a long arichus. And he asks a simple question in our sugya. Our Gemara says that B'not Tzlofchot, according to Man Omer, boy haaretz is chalak haaretz. So B'not Tzlofchot did not take a chelik from Tzlofchot's chelik. They only take a chelik from his father, from Nichsei Chefer. And that's why our Mishnah doesn't go according to Man Omer, liboy haaretz. Says the Maharal, why? According to the understanding of the Rashbam, and the way Tosfos explains in the previous Amud, boy haaretz come to Eretz Yisrael, they take the chelik. They bring it back to the previous generation, to Yetzi Mitzrayim. And then it is redistributed amongst the brothers of Yetzi Mitzrayim. So says the Maharal, even though B'nai Tzlofchot on their own, they didn't have any merit to get a chelik in Eretz Yisrael. But their cousins did get a chelik in Eretz Yisrael. So they took their chelik, that's Boya Oretz. Then they give it back to the previous generation, to Yotzei Mitzrayim. And then it should be redistributed amongst the brothers, including Slavchot. So why is the Gemara saying that only take a Nichsi Chefer? And why is the Gemara saying that our Mishnah doesn't work according to Manda Omar? Liboya Haaretz is Chalka Haaretz. So therefore the Maharal comes with a new pshat and a sugya, not like the Tosfos and not like Rashi and Chumash. He says everybody agrees Yotzei Mitzrayim are the ones that got Eretz Yisrael. The one who says Liboya Haaretz is Chalka Haaretz, he says the division was done by the kids Boya Haaretz. It wasn't split to Yotzei Mitzrayim, only to Boya Haaretz. Yotzei Mitzrayim got Eretz Yisrael. The Boya Haaretz came and split it into pieces, and they stood on behalf of their fathers to divide it. That's what it means, Liboya Haaretz is Chalka Haaretz. And that's what it means that the Meisim Yorshu Sachayim, the Yotzei Mitzrayim inherit from Boya Haaretz. Not that they actually inherit. Boya Haaretz are splitting it. They're taking the chelik on behalf of their father. So now that it goes back to the brothers and it's re-split, and now that it goes back to the grandfather and it's re-split. And he does agree that two brothers will split it equally. Meaning if one brother had 10 kids, one brother has one kid, the 10 kids comes on behalf of one brother. The one kid comes on behalf of the other brother. They take it back and they split it half and half between the brothers. But the way it works is that the Boya Haaretz stand on behalf of Yotzei Mitzrayim. Therefore, says the Maharal, if the Boya Haaretz is a girl, like Bnot Slavchot, so she can't stand on behalf of her father. So her father doesn't get a chelik. If he doesn't have someone standing on his behalf, so then he's not taking a chelik in Eretz Yisrael. And the Maharal concludes a very stark haloshen. He says, Kach pirush halacha, v'hu be'emes halacha chamuro hi v'kosho, u'pirashnu oiso b'schus ha'rachamim. I have the schus of rachamim shemayim to explain this. The Maharsha addresses this question of the Maharal, and he says that, what is Maharal asking? Why does Bnot Slavchot don't take a chelik from their cousins? The cousins should take a part in Eretz Yisrael, bring it back to the previous generation, and it will be resplit to the daughters of Slavchot. Says the Maharsha, yes, of course that's what you do. But that's not called taking a chelik of their father. It's taking a chelik of their uncle. And our Mishnah says that they took the chelik of their father. This is not called the chelik of their father, says the Maharsha. The lashon is not meduyik. And that's the raya that our Mishnah doesn't go according to this Manda Omar. Just to conclude, if you think about it, understand, based on the Maharal's Mahalach, understand his first question. Because according to the Maharal, no one from Boya Haaretz can get a chelik in Eretz Yisrael if he doesn't have a source from Yotzei Mitzrayim. In any case, here's where we find the Maharsha discussing the Dvarim of the Maharal. Anyone who wants to join the Shomachshava email list to WhatsApp, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.